so this is part 2 of making stuff for my forever world. I've made 3 more buildings. This is a spa, which I put in, I think it's Copperdale is what the world's called. The high school pack. It's gonna annoy me that I can't think of what the world's called. Because I thought, because I don't think there are any spa lots in the game, because they, it didn't come with a world. There's the spa pack. So I'm not sure if you get some free in the library or something. Yeah, Copperdale. So yeah, I thought, you know what? I think this was a house, but I was like, if you're a parent, you've got kids at school, they're gonna need a place to go to a spa. They're gonna appreciate it a lot, like compared to. I mean, there might be others that I'll put in, but I purposely made it inspired by. I forgot what the. There's a Snowy Escape is basically Japanese inspired because if you're got kids and stuff, chances are you don't get to go on a holiday, so you could use this as to sort of have the experience. So it's the Hills of Healing, and yeah, I tried to make it look like a mountain range for the roof. It was definitely not because I was struggling to get a roof that looked nice and went stuff it. Let's do that, and then we got like a little shrine, get cultural sort of stuff. We got some places to learn yoga. So this one's the teaching one, so it needs more space. And then we got other ones there. I got like the rocks that the funky thing, and like the cherry blossom. And there's also a bar because I feel like that's something else that they would appreciate, having alcohol when they're going to go relax. And then if we go inside the building, which give us walls. So we've got a toilet. Yeah, so you can see the same thing. So we've got like the sauna over here. I think that's what these are called. Looking at it, I'm like, oh, could have I built it into a wall, but I don't know if it'd still be functional. We got some little things to just sit and relax. Oh wait, I want to turn the things. Yeah, so they've got like shelves of different stuff you can buy. So you got like incense, soaps and things, face masks, drama dolls, incense. I may have said that already. We got this little front desk with a fluffy rug, which I feel like makes sense, nice and comforting, like, and stuff. And also, I have played through a character before and done the, I don't know what the aspiration's called, but there is one which is basically, like, all about the spa living and having this stuff. And yeah, they have a lot of things to do with, like, have incense, be relaxed. We've also got music. Because there's, I think it's New Age and Focus music, if I remember correctly. There's 2 that can work. And then we've got another one here, and little fridge and cupboard. Because I think that you had to have, like, storage locker. Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Because, yeah. Even though there is actually a, lot in the, what's it called? The Love Pack. One of those, like, lounge bar... Can't remember which one exactly, but they actually, the lot that it comes with doesn't meet the requirements for the lot, which I found interesting. So you've got a little massage table, and I gave it a bit of space that they, like a rug, because I feel like, you have the person here doing the stuff, and I think there's space underneath, which I could put some, like, towels there. So yeah, not the most, like it's very spacious, but I feel like that makes sense for, like, a calming space. And some of these things do want lots of space for them. But yeah, like, once you get people and stuff in there, it'll feel a bit more crowded, I guess. It does feel like there's a lot of blank space, but that was intentional, Not nice and spacious. And also, working on the diagonal does mean that things can be a bit annoying. Like a candle. These candles are relaxing. It's a nice orange. I feel like that'd be like a caramel candle. I feel like this place would smell like caramel. Oh, it's a Japanese scent. Does wasabi have a smell? Now I'm just thinking, now I want karage. Dang it, I made myself hungry. Because I was like, what's a Japanese smell? And I'm like, sushi. And then the sushi place I go to a lot has karage, which is really good. Okay, so I think that's it. Oh, yeah, I also didn't mention that I did the, like, terrain, which is, like, sand and this, like, gravelly thing to make it, like, this swirl. Like a Zen garden, which are, like, those little sand things with the... I don't know why I'm explaining what a Zen garden is. I feel like most people probably know what that is. Yeah, I like these lanterns. Oh, I should probably show it off at night. Is that night? Yeah, so you can see how we've got things. And there's also oh, what's that? That's a hot spring. So yeah, like that's another thing that they can relax in. Because I think like I've never been to a hot spring, but I've based on movies and anime and stuff, they sound like they're supposed to be relaxing. And I mean, like based on the theory of it, you know, like a very hot pool. It sounds like that sounds pretty relaxing. I don't know if we have natural hot springs here in Australia. If we do, I've never heard of it. It's definitely not as part of our culture as it is, and like because there's so many anime that'll have like hot springs and episode things. I just realized, wait, why are they not the same? Just let me fix. Never mind, actually. Like, I don't know why they're not the same, but I don't know how to quickly fix. Are they connecting to very different things? It could be. Okay, I think it's possibly part of the fact that, like, I hadn't noticed it until now, and it's really annoying me. I have a feeling it could be to do with the diagonals, possibly. We're gonna leave and go to the next lot that I made, which is a cafe. Which I think replaced the lot that I was referring to in, keep forgetting the names of stuff. The Spanish one, the one from the Love Struck pack. I decided, because I was like, it needs like a restaurant or something, like, because they had lounges and nightclubs and stuff, and I'm like, I feel like most people go on dates in restaurants and cafes, and I'd already made a restaurant before for, the city. So I went with a cafe, because I hadn't made a cafe before, and I was curious if that was different, and I feel like cafes also make sense for dates. I wouldn't know much about dating myself, but from what I understand, you usually go to, like, on early days you go, like, to a restaurant or movies. Maybe parks. I wouldn't go to a park myself, but I'm not really a park person. I guess it also just depends on the people involved, like what kind of places you like going to. Like, I don't know if I go, because a date's to get to know people. I'm overthinking what the purpose of a date is, because like you're not supposed to talk during movies and stuff. Like, is it just meant to be spending time together? Like, is it kind of like catting? Okay. Let's go so we can see the full thing. So I tried to keep the sort of Spanish feel. And this is the Cafe del Amor, which I don't know Spanish, but I went to Google Translate, and apparently that just means, like, Cafe of Love. Which I feel like, because most of the buildings around here, I think, are in Spanish. So I wanted to keep that cultural stuff. So yeah, we've got the plants. I've got this one leaning over so it didn't interfere here, which is nice. I nearly made it pink and blue because I actually got reference images for this, but I realized I had made the doll house previously, which was like a clothing store I'd made, was also a blue and pink theme. So I was like, okay, I need different colors. So yeah, we just do a spins. Woo. So yeah, I used like 2 reference images. Actually, I'll see if I can find them on the iPad so you guys know what was my inspiration here. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I mean, I did save more, but it ended up just being 2 that I actually was using. So yeah, I don't want to move the camera, so I'll move. So yeah, this one was sort of for like the shape of it, and then this one was like for the color palette. So that's why I nearly went with like the blue and pink, because of this. But then I was like, wait, that's too similar to the other one. So I ended up going with the green and yellow. Yeah, I really like the plants. The plants are cool on the outside. Okay, I'll lower it down. This is the first floor. So you kind of go through here. This is the main entrance. You can go through the back, but if this is the better entrance. And then we got the little bar thing here. Like the window. I think that's what I would call it. Is it still a window if there's no glass? But yeah, so you can see through and take your orders here, and then there's some like nice outdoor seating in these little things. Do these type of tables have a special name? Also, lots of string lights, lots of plants. They're very outdoorsy. Got these wall plants. Then over here, there's further sort of dining with bigger tables, you know, maybe for like families. Because whilst there's a lot of things, I mean, those other ones also had 4. But like, you know, you want ones for dating, but you also want, you know, nice family things. And we can have like nice performance, live music, the piano. Hopefully they can play well, because I know there is a moodlet. I don't know if they have different ones depending on the instrument. There is, or if it's a universal one, but there's one that's like, oh, that someone's playing an instrument really badly near me and I'm uncomfortable. I think it's uncomfortable is the mood it gives. But yeah, these ones are more for your dating, so like that too. And they got candles, because I think that's meant to be a romantic thing. Got this couch over here. So you got a little bit of privacy, you know, maybe you want something a bit more casual, not actually eating your food. Then in here, we got a hot tub, because I wasn't sure what to put in this room. But I feel like, I don't know, that it's a woohoo spot. I was like, what else can we add to this lot? And I feel like that giving something like that on a lot where, you know, they're romancing each other so they don't have to go back home. Now, would I encourage? I feel like that's kind of rude to woohoo in public, but also if your Sims go to woohoo and there's other Sims around, they just won't. So that could be something to keep in mind in case this area just happens to be very popular. There's lots of other space, but it's not necessarily private. And then we got music. But it's also just, I feel like, I don't know, it's a fun activity to do. Just go and swim in. And then we got another seat over here with some art, and I might change that for these bathrooms, yeah. So we got more plants, lots of plants there. And I did have this little gap in here, so, but I didn't know what to put in there because it's not very wide, so we've got plans to cover it up so that no one can get there, but just so that I didn't have to adjust the size of these bathrooms. So they're already pretty big, like for a bathroom. I don't know, bathrooms are actually kind of difficult because you don't want to make them too cramped, especially with these being, is it a half bathroom is what you call one that's just like a toilet and sink, like it doesn't have a shower or anything, because I think that'd be a little weird, although that would have also worked. Dang it, that would have been such a good, because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, your Sims, that's another woohoo, okay. That was a missed opportunity. But, I mean, it is a cafe. It's not a night, like, it's not necessarily a raunchy venue. And, like, being a woohoo spot wasn't the main reason I picked the hot tub. I was just like, what's an activity we can put in there that takes up a lot of space? And also makes the lot unique. Like, I'm not thinking that I'll make many lots that have hot tubs in them. So yeah, we got the bathrooms, which are like mirrors of each other, big mirrors. I think that's. Oh, I haven't showed through the kitchen. So this is, you know, where the staff work. It's very spacious. So I'm thinking that you'd have lots of people running around, stuff. So you've got coffee makers. So I think that's a stand mixer. Because, I mean, you have things like cakes and stuff, and so that Sims can make more types of food. This is, like, the bench that came with the cafe stuff. I don't know what pack cafe... Oh, wait, no. Is it part of Get Together, I think. So, yeah, that's, like, the requirement is to have this sort of coffee thing. Then we added tea, because I feel like tea is also... A lot of cafes here in Australia tend to not have a lot of tea options. Like, there are tea places, like... bubble tea stands, but if you go to a cafe, typically they might have like a couple of tea options, and it's basically them just putting a tea bag in a pot for you. But you know, tea and coffee stand makes it for extra things, and I think that makes like lollies and stuff. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I just feel like a couple of, you know, basic gadgets, and fridge. Good kitchens need fridge. I don't know how functional the kitchen is, like. It's not a full kitchen. You can't make everything, which makes sense because most cafes, they sometimes will have meals and foods, but like they don't have everything. And you know, they often have like a. I did consider adding the not get to work, the new one, the hobbies one where they have this food stand thing. I did consider adding that, but I couldn't find anywhere that it fit, and also because those kind of things are displayed outside where you can see them, and you know, the kitchen's hidden. But yeah, it's got a funky shape. I couldn't quite, like, because I don't know if these colors are the same as the ones that this swatch comes with, because like it does. There is a in the Lovestruck. There's what I use. I think it's paint, but it could be something else. Lovestruck. Okay. But yeah, the vibrant, and then there's a more muted one. So the interior walls the more muted, and then exterior walls more bright colors. So I think that's the green I did. Yeah, and then I did the more light yellow. So yeah, a bit more muted, so that could be part of why it looks quite different, but I just felt like the muted colors worked better. But I think it fits well enough with the rest of the world. I'm not sure. I'm not super familiar with like Spanish style buildings because I haven't just really seen many. Oh yeah, we've got little windows. You can't really see because of the plants, but they get a bit of outdoorsy views. It still gets to feel like the outdoors whilst being enclosed. It's not undercover. That's why they need little umbrellas. Jeez, I keep just forgetting basic words. So yeah, these lights I keep trying to put in every build, I swear. I'm like, I need a light. These lights. Oh, I should show it at night. Because I added all those string lights. So yeah, well, the string lights, I feel like this... Oh yeah, I'll go down a level so you can see. Whee! Do the candles... I can't tell if those candles work as lights or not. Like, if they're just a decoration that looks like a candle, or if they actually have, like, luminance, if they have a light sort of function. And yeah, we've got the plants on the side. They've still got enough space. I think they need maybe one square to get through things. I don't actually know. That's probably something I should figure out. These little lights. Yeah, this took a bit of effort to actually get this kind of funky shape. Because I've never built something like this. I probably wouldn't have thought of it on my own without the reference image, which I'm not sure I got it exactly the same, because I can't see the full thing, and, like, yeah, probably simplified it a bit. I also got these stairs, which are cool. I think they're part of they're part of the Lovestruck. I'm like, were they basically? No, they're, but they've got the fancy tiles, the mosaics. And now you've got the last building I've done of these, which I actually restarted. So yeah, I made the other two like and stuff a week ago, and ended up restarting this stuff because this last one, yeah, I went to make it and just wasn't vibing. Wasn't the vibe. So I gave myself a bit of a break and came back to it. Because I ended up changing the museum in Del Sol Valley, because I recently went to the lot, like, whilst I was playing, before I started making this world, and there's not much for your Sims to do there. It's a really boring lot. So that was one that was definitely a priority to fix up. And yeah, I started with a more traditional look, like old style, but I ended up changing to a more modern look. It's different to sort of the original, because the original is supposed to be like a museum of like the Plum Bob Pictures, which is the film company that you can do for the Get Famous like acting career. So it's mostly, you know, sets and stuff. So I get that, and I did change away from that. But yeah, just a lot in the game, in the pack is pretty boring, just in terms of actually playing it. It didn't look too bad. Like, it wasn't that it was a bad looking lot, but yeah. I was inspired by the Louvre with this triangle thing. Added some pools, and yes, you can go inside them. I felt like water features sort of give, I don't know, celebrity Hollywood vibes. And yes, lots of glass for a more modern look, and to also mirror this. Because you get it, like, mirrors are made of glass. So yeah, the triangle doesn't do much. At first I was like, because I'd seen pictures, I knew there was like the pyramid thing in the Louvre, and I'm like, oh, so am I gonna have to build everything underneath? Is that how we get the clip? But I think it's just a decoration. I noticed that there's a building around it. So yeah, we've got this U building. It's only one layer. Got sort of, I guess, it's open plan, but there's kind of sections to it. So we got this first sort of area, which is the front desk, and I used the TV that's also a painting to make like bits. So yeah, we've got the front desk, which I'm gonna just get rid of those walls for a sec. We've got bookshelves, which I could get some art related upgrading skill ones. Now we got more shelves. And then the desks again look like a kind of a front counter, like the person working there. I don't think they have workers in the game, but in a real museum, you'd have to have someone working. I don't know, do they have librarians and museum workers? I don't visit a lot of the museum lots, like, ever. So I feel like I should know this. But these paintings, because I just think they're neat. They look really cool. Yeah, we've got the main, and then on both sides we've got like, I'm like, is that centered or not? Sometimes the angles can make it hard to tell if you've got it off or not. Oh, that wasn't centered. Okay, so that's why it looked off. Is that one? Okay. Well, and yeah, so we've got these like sort of communal things so they can sit and chat, and this one's got cross stitch and the other one's got knitting, because I'm like, I want stuff to do on lots so that they're worth going to. So I added most of the creative hobbies you can do here, but you know, I feel like records are appreciated by artsy people. So yeah, we've got these sort of things. And then over here it's basically the same, but knitting instead. So that you can listen to music and stuff. And over here, this side is like doing the creative stuff. So we've got things like they can paint from reference from this cool looking thing, which looks intended for that purpose. And I used the circle rug to help get these around, because at first I was just trying to get it and I was like, why can't I get them to look? But yeah, they can do that. There's another thing with like a tripod, so you can take a photo of this, or you can try and paint it. I feel like this could be like the more advanced. Like this is like the beginner sort of maybe a group tutorial, and this is like when you're really good at it, you try this one. And then we got pottery, because that's also art related. I made sure to add more of these than is it kiln or is this thing? Kiln, yeah. Because Sims have a bad habit of leaving it in there and just leaving, and you've got to basically get rid of it because your Sim doesn't own it. So yeah, I feel like you need more of the pottery wheels relative to the kiln. I added some guitars. I like this one because it's got that sort of artsy vibe. You know, it's got painting all over it, just so they can do some stuff. They can improve their skills in general. And then there's these artsy toilets, so I decided to add those and add like wallpapers to sort of match them. So I think this is part of it's the drippy one. I didn't even know that there were these swatches. I think it's City Living, but like yeah, it just comes up here with the City Living, the Critical Throne. Yeah, like I've never been particularly interested in this drippy thing, and so I've never really actually looked at the other swatches, but they look pretty different. Yeah, so I decided to add these sort of mirrors because they kind of remind me of like canvases. We've got bins, and we've got these floors, and I initially stuffed up by adding this one and meant to have it sort of do the same, but I feel like, I don't know, the mismatched thing kind of gives artsy vibes to me, and so I left it. I feel like that oddly works for art gallery, like the bold shapes sort of thing. And yeah, they got soaps, plant. I think this one's got unicorn soap, and this one's got horse soap. And then on the other side, we do have more things which are similar to bathroom lots, but we have a shower, just to mix things up. And it's got like a little wall here. And again, like I kind of gave them all different wallpapers to kind of make it seem like different artists sort of design things, and kept it cohesive with the floors and same lights. And this one's like a kids changing area. I would make this mirror bigger to fill out more space, but mirrors in particular just don't size up well. We've got a little potty, and yeah, I like this wallpaper. Which does look a bit weird on the tall walls. I think this wallpaper would look nicer in your more standard sizing. But like, it's just so cute with the strawberries. Strawberry. with a cute little rug and changing table. So if you take your babies here, you can look after them. And yeah, if you need to have a shower, you can. And then I'm gonna need to add walls for this. Is over here is looking at artworks, basically. This is sort of the more gallery thing. So that's like, I guess, gallery. This is social and... Oh, I forgot about these guys. Yeah. There's just paintings everywhere. Which makes sense. I purposely left the wall a very blank and bland. So yeah, over here, that side's like doing stuff. This is more your traditional art gallery things. And I added these spotlights for different colors and cool effects. So here we go. Most of these are like the same thing, just different swatches. So like these ones are from City Living. They're both from City Living. These ones look like they would be the same swatch because they're all similar, but they're technically different. I don't know why. And these ones are all different variations of the same. And yeah, I added them for a bit of variety, sizing. And then we got the posters, because it is still, in the Get Famous land, so I feel like they have the thing. So I picked the ones that I thought looked really cool. I really like this one in particular. I tend to use that a lot. And the more emo-y ones, like so the Grim Reaper one. But like, especially, they used to be old school posters. I don't know who the artist is, but they did so many movies. Like, we're talking about like the first Harry Potter, Star Wars. Did they do... I don't know who it is, but the old school movie posters that had this, like, I didn't even know they were paintings. I think it's paintings. I didn't even, like, I thought they were photos. That's so realistic, and just, yeah. I thought it was, like, an aesthetic and a vibe, but no, it was just this one dude that did artworks for so many movies. Like, so many iconic posters. So, yeah, I feel like something like that for these, it makes sense that they could be displayed. And then we got these monochrome things, because I feel like this could be, like, a series, because often, I haven't been to a lot of art galleries, but I do know that they often have, like, different areas with a person, like, have a different theme. Maybe, like, one artist doing a heap of works, or just certain styles, like, like, little exhibits, I guess. That's why I tried to keep them sort of together. And yeah, I think that's sort of everything to show off here. Got the pool. Got all this other stuff. But yeah, I feel like having that there so that they're making paint from reference a bit more interesting. Because I tend to have the easel set up in places that just, it's like, wow, they can paint the wall. And yeah, I expected these things are from the, what's it called? There's a pack. I'm gonna find the pack. There's like a specific one just for this kind of stuff. There's Artist Studio, yeah. So like that's Artist Studio. Except it's not like being just a little pack. There's not a lot in it. So that I was expecting more. There's not like artworks, for example. I think there's a couple of sketches, but I just expected more artwork specifically. But yeah, it's more to make it look like your artist, because I guess then you can hang up the paintings that they paint. And I didn't think to look up that was the wrong button. I meant to press the gallery. Give me a sec. If it decides to load. Because I did look at the cross stitch of all things. Well, yeah, people on the gallery have got lots. That if you're looking for the build, like the things that they make, like so your paintings, go into the gallery and look it up, and you should be able to find someone that's made a lot that's just basically all of these things, which can be really helpful. So yeah, I didn't look at what the paintings that they, like, your Sims can actually paint. That would have been a good place to look. Although they don't, like, even the big one's not super big. I guess you could size it up. Yeah, gallery, not the world's. Art? Oh, that's mine. Yeah, so I'm thinking of how easy it is. Oh, what? That looks so cool. I'm a save to my library. That's a fancy. That's not what I was looking for. Maybe painting is what I need. Art might be real too broad. Oh, so they're the angry paintings. No custom content paintings. Because, like, I know that some people add their own, like... Because when I looked up, like, cross-stitch, that was an easy to find sort of... But yeah, you can find... I guess if you look up, like, the specific type. So if I looked up surreal... Yes, I'm guessing those are all the ones that you can paint if you paint surrealist paintings. I'm trying to see if there's any that I recognize to be like, yes, I can confirm. Is it classic? Is the... Yeah, I've seen this one. And this one. I mean, I've probably seen them, most of them, especially the big ones. So yeah, that's... Like, you can get those sort of things. So I didn't think to add them. But that's okay. I'm happy with the artworks I picked out. I purposely left a fair bit of blank space on this side. Now that I'm looking, I'm like, did I add too much? I should probably show it off at night. So yeah, this is intended to be a bit more atmospheric. Like, so that the lighting actually has more impact on what the paintings look like. And the disco ball just happened to give this cool lighting effect. That's why that was picked as the lighting there. Wait. I didn't... That's not meant to be in the wall. So yeah, I purposely gave these sort of more atmospheric, moody, not full bright lights. Got the marble flooring because we've got sort of marble under here, marble here. Yeah, so you can see more of the funky lights, which you can probably change the colors further. It's just that those are lights that actually display that when, you know, you're in build mode, because the lighting colors can definitely make an effect, but you've got to go into live. Is it live or live? I usually say, I probably say live, but I think I say live. Like, and since I probably think it's live mode, because the game's live, question mark, but like, you're living. Maybe it's both. Maybe we can ponder this here at the Boulevard of Arts. It took me way too long to think of a name for it, and I was like, I literally looked up museums and such, and I was like, oh, do I make it an art center? But art centers, I feel like, are more intended to be, you go there, and, you know, you can do fun stuff together. At least, because the art gallery that we have in City Living just looks like an art gallery. It looks pretty similar to a museum, but I think I would possibly mix it up to be a bit to make it sort of more focused on, I guess, doing stuff, not just going there to passively look. I say that as if there isn't over there. Like, more like a community sort of center thing. Less so than being like, wow, fancy. And yeah, I don't think I would make it as fancy. I mean, I could make like the building sort of modern, but I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I guess that's something to get to. So yeah, we've got 6 buildings so far that I've made for this, which I guess as I play them, I may also make multiple lots, because I've also got, as I've made it, saved it, and then it's like, oh, there's an issue, we're going to readjust it. So we've got, first up, we made Finny Fun, which is a restaurant that's like fish themed, like meant to be sort of represent like a chain restaurant, which is in the City Living world. You know, it's a hottest spot in town, so this is where like VIPs go. It's really cool. A fancy chain restaurant, and it has cool uniforms that the game kept liking to get rid of. So that's where the stripe's stripy, because I feel like that's part of their branding. So yeah, we got Finny Fun, which, I mean, I'm not planning to make a second one just so that I have more variety, but the idea is that multiple exist in the world. Also, are they different cities and towns, or like some different countries? How far apart are the towns and stuff? Like, I know that they instantly teleport in-game for our convenience and stuff. But yeah. And then we've got Doll's House, which is, you know, a fashion store, a retail shop is the lot type. Now we've got lots of different clothing stores. It's got a heart, which you can't see. Floor 3 is just there to get that little bit of space rather than actually being a floor that they can go on. Okay, got dance floor, got a photo booth, got 5 different clothing shops, which of course it's facing the other way. they're not very good at giving me the flattering angles. And then we had Nooks and Books, which is on the bar lot in Glimmerbrook. But I feel like library makes more sense. Yeah, they got library, and then they got a little bit of gardening area, and lots of spots to read and do magic, because it's in the magic land. And we got the Hills of Healing, which is a spa in the Copperdale, like, yes, using all the packs. Actually, there's probably a fair few packs that aren't technically included, but enough that you would probably... I feel like it's unlikely if you don't have all packs that you would just magically have the right ones for that. We've got a cafe in the Lovestruck Land. I know, I usually remember the pack rather than the actual town name. But yeah, you can go. I keep picking they keep picking an angle, and I'm like, that's not where the entrance is. Like, so rude. And then we've got the Boulevard of Arts, which, again, there's a cool side you could have picked. Ta-da! I guess I just want to show off multiple angles and stuff, but yeah. That's what we've got so far. So what are we going to do next is the question. Are there any that sort of stand out? I want to do community lots. I'll do, the lots for people when I get them, you know? I'll adjust, yeah, like household things. So what worlds have we got that have sort of specific themes? We got... we'll have a peruse through the worlds. Are there any lots that I feel like should be in worlds that don't have them? It could be interesting to do a park, because I also feel like that they tend to be kind of lacking. Wait, I did think of earlier for, is there a park in here? No, dang it, because I thought it'd be cool if, you know, to still have the sort of memorabilia thing, or like have something like a theme park, you know, like a Disneyland. So yeah, over here is the film studio thing. So, you know, they don't, they've got 2 lounges, and I feel like a theme park would need a really big lot. Is that the biggest lot? I wonder. Okay. Yeah, no, the other lot's bigger than that. So yeah, we got like mostly housing areas, so like housing area. Are they just like, do they specifically state? Because if there is most desirable area. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. They're big mansions. Is this area not desirable? Historical, the garden community boasts large mountain. I mean, okay, so they've got 2 different mansion lands? So yeah, I don't think these sections you can technically change. So they... lots of different housing, which I guess makes sense that would be the priority. Got a museum, nightclub, a gym, library. So I guess most of the sort of basic lots. Because... I guess... okay, so here's... so yeah, this one's got less housing. Like, the Willow Creek's got a fair few different lots. I usually tend to go, nah, that's the basic ones, I don't do it. That's a big house. So we got a bar and a lounge. There's lounges everywhere. And bars. I tend to mush them together in my head. Got another museum, a gym. So I guess you've got like... so your museum is like your artsy, creative community lot. Your gym's your athletic community lot. Your libraries, your sort of big brain stuff. And then I guess you get socializing at bars and things. I mean, it does make sense. A lot of towns have pubs, like even tiny towns. So that's the blank one. Okay, so this one's retail shops. Okay, so is it just meant to be like a... there's no description. So it's just a retail thing. I'd probably keep it similar to that. Maybe potentially add in a restaurant, which is similar. And functions a bit more like that than like cafes do. So we've got this world has a gardens. feel like it. We've got... Okay, is the maze, like, part of the world rather than... And we got a public pool. Oh, it could be cool to add, like, a pool somewhere. So this one came with a fair few different things. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's standing out. I've already made a few adjustments. This park's kind of sad. Maybe it's the theme park could be part... No, because it's, like, meant to be, like, sort of boom city, like the CBD, and I don't... Like, a theme park needs to be a little bit further out, I think. Got just housing there. I'm like, there's nothing else. It's barely a town. It's just like, that's why I'm curious how they connect to each other. Dogs. Oh, is this the... Okay, so this is the world that came with the pet thing based on the pet clinic. Maybe one of the other... I should possibly get, like, pictures and figure out things. And so then things like the small business, I would want to, you know, pick that based on who owns the business. Could be cool to add... Oh, maybe I could add, like, a small business to Willow Creek. Like, here? Is that... Okay. I'm curious if I can find something that I can map out. Like, what I'm gonna put where. Most of the things I'm keeping pretty similar, like... Actually, have I adjusted all of them? From what they originally were? Were there... No, I kept the museum as a museum. The library wasn't a library. The spa wasn't a spa. The retail shop wasn't a retail shop. The cafe wasn't a cafe. Okay. The vibes are similar. So there's only actually been one I've kept the same. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna spend some time figuring out what my next steps are. My next 3 buildings. And we've also got the fairy pack. The Nurture by Nature, I think it's called, is coming out soon. So we're gonna be getting another world. So I'm... made some progress to getting everything up to adjusted, but also that's going to affect... Oh, is this one? Maybe adding a vet clinic to, like, Ranchy Land would make sense, maybe? I'm not sure. And also, like, I don't think I've ever played a vacation thing. Because I usually just have... I should try out having vacations. And... Oh, there's also the vacation destination world. Which you can't adjust this one. Which, yeah, I guess that means I don't have to figure out what Star Wars-y stuff. But, what is... Okay, what pack is this? I'm like, why has it got the question marks? I don't know. I'm guessing that's part of this. But yeah, I would want to add more stuff to do. Like, I get that they need lots of different vacations so you can stay there. Although, maybe there is stuff to do with these things. Oh, is this the jungle escape, maybe? Okay. Yeah, and then this one's just camping. So I'm gonna go. Woo. We're making progress.